It's one thing to come up with a new goal or strategy, it's quite another to actually turn that goal into action, to break it down into new behaviors and activities at all levels, including the front line. There is a vast difference between the stated strategy and the real strategy. The stated strategy is what is communicated. The real strategy is what people do every day. To achieve goals you've never achieved before, you need to start doing things you've never done before. Just because the leaders may know what the goals are doesn't mean that the people on the front line, where the real action takes place, know what to do. Goals will never be achieved until everyone on the team knows exactly what they're supposed to do about them. In the last analysis, the front line produces the bottom line. They are the creative knowledge workers. Leadership, remember, is a choice, not a position. It can be distributed everywhere.
Okay, Masya Allah, very nice as usual.
Masya Allah, very nice Bro Farhan.
Thank you, Bro
Masya Allah.
Farhan. Thank you, thank you. So next up, we have someone on TikTok. Kita selang-seling ya guys ya. Let's go, Dika, are you there? I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Halo, halo, kedengeran nggak?
Hello. How are you tonight, bro?
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, good. Okay, you ready?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
ready.
You can read until the blue ones, okay?
I
Let's go.
got it. At all level of the organization. Also remember, you cannot hold people responsible for results if you supervise their methods. You then become responsible for results, and rules replace human judgment, creativity, and responsibility. To practice this discipline, your team must get creative, must identify the new and better behaviors needed to achieve your goals, then translate them into weekly and daily tasks at all levels of the organization. This is empowering at the cutting edge of action. Okay.
Oh my god.
Makasih ya.
You're doing very well, bro. You read a lot?
Yeah, I work in yeah, I'm an English teacher. Hehe.
Oh, that's why. I see. That's why you have such a nice reading method. Okay. Thank you for reading, bro. I really like the way you read.
Thank you, bro.
Lanjut. Discipline 4. Kita move dulu ke Discord ya. Kita selang-seling ya. Let's go, bro. Apri. You still there, bro, on Discord?
Okay, bro.
Let's go,
I'm
bro.
ready.
Discipline 4.
Okay. Langsung yang bawah ya, in the most atau dari mana?
Judul dulu.
Okay. Hold each other accountable all of the time. In the most effective teams, people meet frequently, monthly, weekly, or even daily to account for their
Sorry, to account.
to account for their commitment. Examine the scoreboard, resolve issues, and decide how to support one another. Unless everyone on a team holds everyone else accountable all of the time, the process will be did on arrival.
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 Yes.
Maya Rudolph Giuliani, widely credited with widely credited with the renaissance of New York City. Had regular morning meetings with his staff. The idea was to account for progress on key goals every single day. Re-engaging. How to
Re-engaging.
Re-engaging.
Yes.
Re-engaging gitu.
Yap, betul.
Re-engaging less than weekly allows to team to drift off course and lose focus.
And lose focus.
And use.
Okay. Thank you ya Bro Apri ya, you did very well. Yang koreksi cuma
Thank
sedikit
you, bro.
aja, yang kuning-kuning ini aja bro.
Okay. Arrival widely originating. Lose
Okay.
focus. Okay.
Yaps. Ini fokus
Thank you,
ya
bro.
bro, fokus ya.
Focus.
Nah,
Bukan
pakai
fokus ya.
kes.
Focus. Okay.
Yes.
Fokus. Siap, bro.
Okay. Untuk yang di TikTok, sabar dulu ya. Abis ini yang Discord satu lagi, terus abis itu creamy sweet latte, and then JB. Let's go dulu, Sis Bell Swan.
Self itu ya.
Yeah, self-empowering.
Self-empowering team then will focus and refocus in frequent accountability.
Oops, sorry, frequent.
Frequent accountability sessions. Such meetings are like typical staff meeting where people talk about everything under the sun and can't wait for the meeting to end so they can get back to their real work. The purpose of an effective accountability session is to move the key goals forward. 3 key practices are characteristic of effective accountability sessions. Triage reporting.
Okay, good. Very
Itu
nicely
doang.
done.
Okay.
Nanti kita lanjut nanti.
Okay.
Next up from TikTok, we have creamy sweet latte. Let's go. Please open your mic.
Okay.
You may read from the blue until the blue one. Let's go.
Finding third alternatives, clearing the path. Triage reporting. In a hospital emergency room, you will often see a large notice post that goes something like this. Patients are treated in order of seriousness, not arrival. The medical staff conducts a process called triage, in which casualties are sorted and treated. Casualties are sorted and treated based on the severity of their condition. Severity of their condition. This is why your broken arm has to wait while the doctors work on a patient with a brain injury, even though you might have arrived first.
All right, thank you so much for reading, sister. These are the only two that you might have pronounced it a little bit inaccurately, but
casualties.
Yeah, casualties.
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 Yes, 4 suku kata casualties.
Casualties. Okay.
Yep.
Severity.
Yep, betul. Let's go. Next up, we have Jebby. Now it's your turn.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, how are you doing, bro?
Good, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, from
Always.
here until the blue one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. In triage reporting, everyone reports quickly on the vital few issues, leaving the less important issues for another time. They focus on key results, major problems, and high-level issues. This doesn't mean that only urgent issues are discussed. It means that only important issues are discussed, even if some of these issues are not urgent. This table contrasts the typical staff meeting with an effective accountability session.
Oh my god, you read very well, bro.
Thanks.
How long have you been learning English, by the way?
More like 4 years now.
4 years now. Okay. That's why I have no corrections for you, bro.
Oh.
You
I
also have
still
a nice.
have many things to improve. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a very nice way of pronouncing the words. I really like it.
Thanks.
Yes. All right. So thank you, yeah, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go then from Discord. Yeppy. Let's go, Yeppy. Finding third alternatives.
Finding third alternatives in effective accountability.
Accountability.
Accountability session.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Accountability sessions. There is intense focus on how to achieve the key goals. The principle here is that a new goal that we've never achieved before requires doing things we've never done before. That means we're constantly looking for the new and better behavior that will get us to the goal. That's why we must find third alternatives, courses of action that are better than my way or your way, but that are the product of our best thinking. Remember again, we produce synergy by honoring diversity or differences.
Oh, in
That is
honoring.
honoring diversity or differences, that is individual differences. In the context of unity on mission, values, vision, and WIGs.
WIGs.
WIG.
Okay, very good. Cuman accountability, honoring, paling ini ya yang sering tuh focus ini loh. It should be focus.
Focus.
Pakai focus.
Focus.
Nah, gitu. Okay. Everything's good now. Moving on into Lanina. Hello again, Lanina.
Hello, bro.
Hello again. How are you doing, bro?
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Oh, mashallah. Okay. Let's go, bro. In such, sampai warna oranye ini ya, yang job.
Okay. In such sessions, you will see a lot of brainstorming going on. Time allocated for creative dialogue. This table contrasts the typical staff meeting with an effective accountability sessions. Clearing the path to a great extent, effective
Benar, effective.
leadership. Effective.
Yes.
Effective leadership consists of clearing the path of barriers and aligning goals and systems so that others can achieve their goals. In a true win-win agreement process, the manager agrees to clear the path, to do things only he or she can do to enable the worker to achieve. Of course, it's not just the manager who clears the path for others. It's everyone's job.
Okay, thank you, bro. I have a little corrections for you if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This one, the red ones, there are three words in red, right? The first one is not great, but it's great. Eight, gitu. Eight. Great. Yes, great.
Okay.
And then the second one is effective, bener depannya, effective.
effective.
Yes. Ini agak tricky biasanya. Kalau nyebutnya can itu kalau bukan baca tapi kita ngomong itu bingung nih, ini can maksudnya bisa apa nggak bisa. Jadi ini kan can yang bisa ya. Lebih baik bacanya can aja. Jadi ini bukan she can do tapi
Chicken.
she can do.
Oke,
Langsung
chicken do.
tek gitu, she can do. Langsung digabung. Itu orang jadi langsung ngerti nih. Artinya dia bisa melakukan, bukan dia nggak bisa melakukan gitu. Okay?
Okay.
All good, bro?
Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, no problems. Thank you, bro, for reading with us. Next up, we have from TikTok, Han. Let's go. Hello, hello. I cannot hear your voice.
Hi, good evening.
Oh, hi. Good evening, sister.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great too.
Okay, it's good to hear that. Let's go. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, from tossed until the blue one, action. Okay, you may start.
Thus, in an effective accountability session, you'll hear people ask, how can I clear the path for you? Or I'm struggling with the issue and need some help. Or what can we do for you to help you get that done? This table contrasts the typical staff meeting with an effective accountability session. This is aligning at the cutting edge of action.
Oh my god, you're doing very well. I thought
thank
you're a
you
pro
so much.
reader.
Oh my god, thank you
So
so
is
much.
reading your daily habits?
Not daily habits actually, but I love reading.
Oh my god, it means it's your passion.
I wish.
Oh, may I know what kind of books do you usually read?
I will read a lot of fiction, like novels, but I
Oh.
also like reading like a science book.
Oh my god, science book? My, that's so heavy.
But not that often. I read novels and fiction books.
Oh my god, you must be very smart, I guess.
I mean, I
Oh,
wish.
I mean. Okay, so thank you, Han.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Yep.
Nancy Prop, for letting me read this.
No worries, sister.
Okay.
So, next up, kita kayaknya udah bisa mulai translate ya, mulai yang ke depannya. So, we're going back to Discord first, tapi nggak ada orangnya. Si Belaswan kemana kamu, Belaswan? Mau dipanggil malah
Yang
hilang.
ngambek.
Oh, ngambek ya? Ya udah nggak apa-apa. It's my turn ya. Aku coba deh sekali deh. Institutionalizing executions. As you can see, the fourth discipline represents a methodology for taking something that is usually considered a variable factor practiced by a few high performers, consistent executions, and turning it into something that is predictable, teachable, and replicable. We have learned by research and experience that when these four disciplines are practiced by teams, units, or organizations, they demonstrate a much greater ability to execute top priorities again and again. Execution then becomes institutionalized and is not a matter of luck or the influence of a few key leaders. Further, the key to institutionalizing a culture of execution is regularly measuring it. Artinya apa nih? Jadi menyerap kebiasaan eksekusi. Jadi seperti yang bisa kamu lihat, 4 disiplin ini merepresentasikan metodologi untuk mengambil sesuatu yang biasanya dipertimbangkan sebagai faktor yang bisa berubah-berubah yang dilakukan oleh para performer yang tinggi gitu. yaitu yang melakukan eksekusi dengan konsisten, kemudian mengubahnya menjadi sesuatu yang bisa diprediksi, diajarkan, dan ditiru. Kita telah mempelajari berdasarkan riset dan pengalaman bahwa ketika 4 disiplin ini dilatih oleh tim, unit, atau organisasi, mereka mendemonstrasikan kemampuan yang luar biasa lebih besar gitu untuk mengeksekusi prioritas atas lagi dan lagi. Eksekusi kemudian menjadi kebiasaan dan juga bukan soal keberuntungan atau pengaruh dari beberapa pemimpin inti doang. Lebih jauh lagi, inti dari memiliki budaya eksekusi itu adalah dengan secara berulang-ulang mengukurnya. Seperti itu. Ayo sini sis Albelibel, jangan ngambek, naik aja, kita pindah ke sini. Naik yuk yang mau baca. Nanti kita bantu bareng-bareng reading bersama semuanya. Nggak mau dia, parah. Yaudah Bro Yepi from Discord, let's go, it's your turn bro. Execution quote apa? Quotient.
The execution quotient. Organization need a new way to express and measure their collective ability to focus and execute. Again, we call it XT. The execution quotient, just as an IT test uncovers gaps in intelligence, an XT evaluation measures the execution gap, the gap between setting a goal and actually achieving it. The XT score is a leading indicator of an organization's ability to execute its most important goal. It's no longer necessary to wait for the lagging indicators to tell you whether you succeeded or not by asking workers 27 carefully crafted questions that take around 15 minutes to answer. You can get at that leading indicator.
Okay, bro. Yang ini it should be succeeded kan? Succeeded. Nah, succeeded. Aduh, tolong ya, manggil Mr. Aldi, tolong ya. Nggak apa-apa sih, tapi it's Alston, come on. So it's gonna be apa ya? Hidden. Mana sih? Oh ini nih. Let me translate dulu ya. Habis itu kita ke Bihun ya kali ya. The execution quotients, XQ. Jadi organisasi itu butuh cara baru untuk mengekspresikan dan juga mengukur kemampuan tim untuk fokus dan eksekusi. Lagi-lagi kita sebut ini sebagai XQ. Ini kayak tes IQ yang mengukur celah kecerdasan, dan evaluasinya juga mengukur celah-celah eksekusi dan celah antara menetapkan tujuan dan juga cara mencapai tujuannya. Nilai XQ ini adalah indikator penting dalam bagi kemampuan organisasi untuk mengeksekusi tujuan-tujuannya. Nggak perlu lagi untuk menunggu indikator yang terlambat untuk ngasih tahu kamu apakah kamu sukses apa enggak. Cuma dengan nanya workers 27 dengan cuma nanyain tuh 27 pertanyaan kepada para pegawai yang membutuhkan 15 menit untuk dijawab, kamu bisa mendapatkan indikator yang menentukan gitu. Let's go Bihun, sikatkeun dari Ken sampai Wisdom. Let's go.
Okay. Aduh, suara gue jelek. Suara gue jelek, sinyal gue jelek. Okay.
Can you imagine the power of doing an XQ test from the grassroots up every 3 to 6 months? One that gives an accurate picture of the degree of focus and execution of the organization. It could be done formally and informally. In fact, the more mature the culture becomes, the narrower the difference will be between formal and informal information gathering. Then, based on the XQ questionnaire, strong grassroots cultural impetus would be given to align goals between departments and divisions so that strategic critical priorities would be constantly focused on and executed. This would drive the knowledge worker age model into the age of wisdom.
Okay, I have no corrections for the pro. Tapi what
Oi, ngeri.
does these words means?
Grassroots itu maksudnya adalah dari akarnya gitu.
Akar
Ayo
ya.
jarang.
How about
Gue
impetus?
lupa bahasa Indonesianya tuh apa, tapi di kampus gue sering banget disebutin akar apa gitu. Ntar ada deh, ntar ya
Akar
kalau
apa?
inget gue
Akar
kasih tau.
masalah.
No, akar masalah itu kalimat lama itu, bukan akar masalah.
Ada kalimat yang advance ya. Ngeri emang.
Ada sorry ya.
Oke.
Di MMA aja,
Oke. Yang mau aja ya.
bukan itu.
Parah sumpah. Oke lah, terus aja daripada nanti kemana-mana. Emang kacau ini ya.
Akar rumput itu artinya dari bawah ke atas gitu. Akar
Yes.
rumput itu
Pokoknya intinya
dari bawah
mengakar
ke
lah ya.
atas. Dimulai dari bawah gitu, terus naik ke atas ke pemimpin.
Oke.
Alright, bisakah kamu membayangkan kekuatan dari melakukan tes XQ ini yang dimulai dari grassroots up. Jadi dimulai dari bawah ke atas setiap 3 sampai 6 bulan. Satu yang akan didapatkan adalah gambar yang akurat dari setiap tingkatan
Tingkatan
organisasi, ya tingkatan fokus dan eksekusi dari organisasi-organisasi tersebut.
Nah,
It could be done. Itu bisa dilakukan secara formal dan informal. Faktanya, semakin dewasa tradisi itu berubah gitu ya, semakin kecil perbedaan yang akan terasa di antara informasi-informasi yang didapatkan secara formal maupun informal.
ngeri.
Anjir, keren banget gua.
Ngeri parah tuh.
Selanjutnya, berdasarkan dengan kuesioner XQ tersebut, nah, gua nggak tahu tuh
Impetus
impetus.
itu dorongan aku cari nih artinya.
Dorongan. Oke.
Dorongan, keuletan, daya penggerak.
Alright, selanjutnya berdasarkan kuesioner XQ ini dari bawah ke atas yang kuat itu akan memberikan dorongan tradisi yang lebih kuat yang sehingga akan memberikan sesuatu tujuan yang setara gitu, yang sejajar di antara departemen dan division sehingga mereka itu bisa menentukan prioritas kritikal yang strategik dan bisa secara fokus, secara konsisten dan bisa dieksekusi secara fokus dan secara konsisten. Ini akan mengubah dari bagian knowledge worker age model menjadi age of wisdom.
Oke. Kita kan level 3 sekarang.
Impressive.
Zaman
Ini guys
industri.
harus sering reading sama NC Prof.
Betul sekali guys. Jadi Bihun ini udah reading bareng berapa abad, Hun?
Kira-kira 2 tahun lah.
Investnya 2 tahun ya, lama banget deh.
Ih, ngerinya. Tumbuh bersama guys, ini grassroots.
Nggak, grassroots siap. Ngeri banget, ngeri. So let's go. I think we have a guest. After this, it's gonna be Bella Swan's turn from Discord. But for now, I cannot read the Arab name. What is it? It's too small for me to
Lena
read.
Marlina.
Yeah?
My name is Lena Marlina.
Lina Marlina.
Uh,
Okay, how are you doing, Lina Marlina?
I'm now lay down in the bed and
Oh.
join your live.
Oh, it's rebahan. Okay. Let's go, sis. You ready? I'll give you around 1 page. From hopefully until the blue ones.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully you're beginning to see how the 18 habits find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. Is another way of saying use the empowering knowledge worker whole person model, apply the 7 habits personal greatness, the 4 rules of leadership, greatness, and the 6 principles or drivers
Drivers.
to drivers
Yes.
or drivers to XY execution
Execute.
execute organizational greatness to that model. We move now to the pinnacle of the 8th habit, using our voices wisely to serve others.
Okay. So, thank you, Sis Lina. I don't think I have any more corrections for you. But for this one, the drivers. Oh, ini tadi, Deng.
Drivers.
Ini maksudnya execution.
Execution.
Nah, execution.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess that's it. All good ya. Mari kita translate. Jadi, semoga nih kamu bisa mulai melihat bagaimana habit ke-8, temukan panggilan jiwa, dan juga inspirasi orang untuk nemu panggilan jiwa mereka. Ini adalah cara lain untuk berkata, ya udah gunakan nih pekerja yang dipandang sebagai manusia seutuhnya gitu. Terapkan 7 habits, kehebatan pribadi, dan juga 4 peran pemimpin. Dan juga 6 prinsip atau pendorong untuk mengeksekusi tujuan gitu mungkin ya. Sekarang kita pindah ke apa nih? Pinnacle. Pinnacle adalah puncak ya. Sekarang kita pindah ke puncak dari habit ke-8. Menggunakan panggilan jiwa kita secara bijak untuk melayani orang lain. Let's go, Sisabella Swan. Ini kok begini? Wait guys. Oke, karena belum ada yang naik panggung lagi, kita persilakan Sisabella Swan the Pro untuk membaca question and answer.
Maksudnya aku dipilih gara-gara gak ada yang naik tuh di TikTok.
Ya udah gas.
Question and answer. Q maksudnya question ya? Question is, what is the difference between what you have traditionally taught as a 5 elements of the good win-win agreement and the 4 disciplines of execution? The answer is, at the basic principle level, there is no difference. The difference lies in semantics. How words are being used and defined, and in the overall context in which the 4 disciplines are placed. Let me explain more fully. The 5 elements of a good win agreement are 1. Desired result, 2. Guidelines, 3. Resources, 4. Accountability, and 5. Consequences. Desired result and guidelines are basically embodied in the first 2 disciplines of execution, establishing WIG's widely important goals and a compelling scoreboard. As discussed earlier in...
A compelling, harus jelas. A compelling.
a compelling scoreboard.
Nah,
As discussed earlier in the book, ends and means are inseparable. Therefore, the accomplishment of desired result with achievement of the WIGs can be interwoven when done in principle-centered ways. Lanjut nih.
yes, betul sekali.
Oh, the third element of a win-win agreement resources is implicitly involved in the third discipline of execution. Translate lofty goals into specific actions. The fourth and fifth elements of a win-win performance agreement, accountability and consequences, are explicitly involved in the fourth discipline. You hold each other accountable all of the time. Since consequences are the natural result of the accountability being given, they are also implicitly involved. Oh wow, my God. The great advantage
Kenyang
of the
gitu.
four disciplines approach to execution and team empowerment is that it comes out of a research-based study of execution gaps, the larger context of how the industrial age model produced those gaps, and how the knowledge worker age produces those gaps, and how the knowledge worker age model fills them.
Oh my
Thank
God, Masya Allah. Mari translate Sista. Semangat. Oh, parah, dia langsung mute guys. Nggak. It's okay, it's my duty to translate because we're all learning the content of the book, not just the English and pronunciations, but also the soft skills. So, ada yang nanya gini, apa sih bedanya antara apa yang telah diajarkan tentang 5 hal tradisional, tentang kesepakatan win-win, dan juga 4 disiplin dari eksekusi? Jawabannya panjang banget nih. Jadi, di level dasar itu nggak ada bedanya. Bedanya cuma di semantik. Bentar guys, semantik itu artinya adalah cuma beda di ini aja, kata-kata aja, istilah doang gitu. Bedanya cuma istilah doang, tapi intinya sama. Dan di secara konteks secara keseluruhan yang dimana 4 disiplin ini berada, biar aku jelaskan secara penuh nih. Jadi ada 5 elemen dari kesepakatan win-win yang baik. 1, itu udah dijawab kemarin Bihun. 1, hasil yang diinginkan apa? Yang kedua, panduannya seperti apa? Yang ketiga, sumber dayanya. Yang keempat, tanggung jawab atas tindakan yang diambil. Kelima, konsekuensi. Nah, jadi yang maksudnya hasil yang diinginkan dan juga panduan itu terkandung di 2 bagian disiplin eksekusi gitu. Dengan menciptakan tujuan yang sangat-sangat penting dan juga scoreboard yang menarik. Seperti yang dibahas di bagian sebelumnya di buku, tujuan akhir dan makna itu nggak bisa dipisahkan. Oleh karena itu, pencapaian dari hasil yang diinginkan dengan pencapaian dari tujuan paling penting itu bisa di-interwoven sebentar, bisa terjalin ketika dilakukan berdasarkan prinsip. Nah, elemen ketiga, itu kan udah 2 elemen pertama tuh. Sekarang elemen ketiga itu adalah kesepakatan win-win sumber daya. Ini secara implisit atau tidak belak-belakan terlibat ke dalam disiplin eksekusi yang ketiga. Yang mendefinisikan lofty ini artinya adalah mulia. Tujuan yang mulia, maksudnya besar banget, menjadi aksi-aksi spesifik. Nah, elemen keempat dan kelima dari kesepakatan win-win ini, yaitu tanggung jawab dan konsekuensi, itu secara jelas terlibat di disiplin yang keempat gitu. Kamu tuh saling bertanggung jawab satu sama lain dan sepanjang waktu. Nah, karena konsekuensi itu adalah hasil natural dari tanggung jawab yang diberikan, mereka juga ya terlibat gitu. Nah, keuntungan besar dari pendekatan 4 disiplin eksekusi dan pemberdayaan tim itu adalah ini itu hasil dari penelitian tentang celah atau kegagalan eksekusi gitu. Yaitu konteks yang lebih besar tentang bagaimana sistem zaman industri itu menghasilkan celah-celah kegagalan ini gitu. Dan bagaimana kerangka kerja orang zaman pengetahuan itu mengisi celah tersebut gitu. Jadi ada hubungannya nih sebenarnya. Oke. Satu chapter sudah selesai ternyata ya. Butuh waktu 3 hari satu chapter, guys.
Sabar dong, jelasin yang kemarin. Kan saya belum ada kemarin.
Tadi loh, pertanyaannya gini kan. Sebenarnya pertanyaan lu yang kemarin itu
Iya
mirip
iya,
kayak
gue paham tuh di situ kan. Jadi
Hmm.
kan kemarin kan kita bikin compelling scoreboard, and then
Hmm.
compelling scoreboard itu kan kita harus memberikan score in every aspect, and then we have to be something can be measured kan, bisa
Exactly.
dihitung.
Ah.
Nah, but my question is kalau misalkan itu sesuatu yang unmeasurable gitu,
Like what?
tidak
What is
bisa.
unmeasurable?
Kayak misalkan apa ya? Iya ya, semua bisa di measure ya. Ntar gue mikir-mikir dulu.
Iya, cari dulu deh, kakak.
Sabar kak. Kayaknya ada loh ya hal-hal yang misalkan, oke, doing kerjasama gitu. Kalau kerjasama itu kan kita nggak bisa memberikan poin satu orang, misalkan satu orang mengerjakan tugas secara bersama-sama, tapi kan ada yang involved in it atau enggak, dan bobotnya gitu juga kan beda dalam satu kerjaan. Nah, how to measure bobot itu, terus kayak apakah mereka doing the teamwork together or not, itu kan sesuatu yang tidak bisa kita measure dalam artian angka kan. Kita bisa measure-nya dalam kata good, misalkan bagus, biasa aja, atau kurang bagus gitu. Apakah boleh measurement without angka?
I think ya, maksudnya yang gue tangkap nih begini. When a teacher and a group of people gitu misalnya yang bekerja sama, teachernya nggak tahu siapa yang kerja paling banyak, mana yang dikit nggak ketahuan ya, karena teamwork. Gitu kan maksudnya. Jadi makanya Bihun bilang ini nggak bisa diukur nih siapa yang kerjanya paling bagus, paling ini. I don't think it matters, karena gini, di buku ini sebelumnya dibahas tentang complementary team. Jadi tim yang isinya tuh orang-orang yang punya kelebihan dan kekurangan. Nah, dengan sifat-sifat yang dibahas di buku ini, itu membuat semua orang tim itu tuh menjadi sempurna gitu. Karena kelebihan-kelebihan tiap orang dimanfaatkan semaksimal mungkin, terus kekurangan tiap orang itu dilengkapi oleh kelebihan itu gitu.
I see.
So I don't think
yes, I can get it. So the measurement is not for individually, but for like
as a
in
team.
group, right?
Yeah.
As a team. Oke, kayaknya aku harus baca dari awal lagi deh. Soalnya waktu itu kita memulai bersama, tapi dia melanjutkan sendiri.
Maaf ya, dirimu sibuk. Ngapain sih?
Ya. Ngapain ya?
Oke,
Adalah
ya,
pokoknya.
lanjutlah ya. Berarti terjawab sudah ya.
Oke, aman.
Oke, kalau gitu we're going back to Sislina. Habis itu dirimu. Chapter 15 until the energy. Let's go, Sislina. You may have it.
Using our faces wisely to serve others.
Oh, sorry. How do you pronounce this? Wisely.
Wisely.
Yeah.
Wisely to serve others. I am no longer a young man filled with energy and
Filled with
energy and vitality. I'm given to meditation and prayer. I will enjoy sitting in a rocker, swallowing prescription.
Okay, good.
Listening to soft music and contemplating the things of the universe, but such activity offers no
Sorry, ini
challenge
offers.
and
F-nya tipis, offers.
offers
Ya.
offers no challenge and makes no contribution. I wish to be up and doing. I wish to face each day with resolution and purpose. I wish to use every working hours to give encouragement.
So this one is waking.
Waking hours to give encouragement to bless those whose burdens are heavy, to build faith and strength of testimony. It is the presence of wonderful people which stimulate the adrenaline. It is the look of love in theirs eyes which given me energy.
Oh, sorry, which gives me.
Gives me energy.
Betul, oke. Thank you, Sista. Cuma ini aja tadi ya. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oke, 6 kata yang corrected. This one is prayer, contemplating, offers, and waking. Oke, artinya adalah thank you ya, Sis Lina. Menggunakan panggilan jiwa kita secara bijak untuk melayani orang lain. Aku bukan lagi pemuda yang dipenuhi dengan energi dan vitality. Ini apa maksudnya ya? Bentar guys. Vitality, I don't know. Pokoknya vitality. Aku udah bermeditasi dan juga berdoa. Aku akan menikmati nih. Prescription itu maksudnya obat ya. Pokoknya udah tua lah gitu maksudnya sekarang ya. Dan juga merenungkan hal-hal yang ada di universe ini. Tapi aktivitas kayak gini itu tidak memberikan tantangan dan kontribusi. Aku berharap bisa bangun dan melakukan sesuatu gitu. Aku berharap menghadapi setiap hari dengan resolusi dan juga tujuan. Aku berharap menggunakan setiap jam untuk berani untuk membantu mereka yang sedang keberatan, kesulitan, bangun keyakinan dan juga kekuatan. Ini adalah kehadiran dari orang-orang yang baik, yang indah, yang menstimulasi adrenalin. Ini adalah tatapan cinta di matanya yang memberiku energi. Ini gak usah dibaca ya guys ya. Let's go kalau begitu kepada Behon. Sampai sini ya.
Which one?
The inner.
Okay. The inner drive to one, find your own voice. And two, inspire others to find theirs is fueled by one great overreaching purpose, serving human needs. It is also the best means of achieving both. Without reaching out and meeting human needs, we really don't expand and develop our freedom to choose as we otherwise could. We grow more personally when we are giving ourselves to others. Our relationship improve and deepen when together we attempt to serve our family, another family, an organization, a community, or some other human need.
Okay, let's go. The pro, please.
To inner drive, dorongan dari dalam.
Yep.
Untuk satu, menemukan suara kamu. Dan dua, untuk menginspirasi orang lain untuk menemukan suaranya juga. Itu diawali atau diisi dengan will diisi, right?
Di bahan bakarkan, didukung kali ya.
Oh ya, dipatik, apa bahasa Indonesianya? Dipatik dengan, didukung dengan satu tujuan yang harus overreaching.
Membara, overarching tuh.
Overarching.
Meletup gitu loh.
By one great. Oke, dengan satu tujuan yang sangat membara lah ya, yakni memberikan kebutuhan manusia gitu. Nah, ini juga merupakan it is also the best mean of achieving. Ini juga tujuan yang baik untuk mendapatkan keduanya, gitu. Tanpa menggapai dan menemukan tujuan kebutuhan dari manusia tersebut, kita tuh nggak bisa benar-benar meluaskan dan mengembangkan kebebasan kita untuk memilih apapun yang kita bisa, gitu. Kita akan tumbuh menjadi seseorang, we grow more personally. Kita akan secara personal kita akan lebih tumbuh ketika kita memberikan diri kita untuk orang lain. Hubungan kita itu akan meningkat dan lebih dalam ketika kita berusaha mencoba untuk memberikan kepada keluarga kita, kepada keluarga orang lain, keluarga yang lain, sebuah organisasi, sebuah community, atau kepada kebutuhan-kebutuhan manusia lainnya.
Ngeri bang, bang lagi.
Ya
Ngeri,
sama-sama
Sista.
lah. Ngeramein kan. Ayo guys, sering-sering join NC Prof biar bisa ngertiin juga.
Exactly. Kapan-kapan kita bahas tentang cara translate from English into Indonesians. Jadi nggak cuma
Ih ngeri
bahasa
nggak?
Inggris
Aku
doang,
mau ikut, boleh dong.
tapi kita belajar kontennya juga. Okay. So next up we have Sis Belason, sabar dulu ya. Bro Thomas ternyata sudah hilang. Jadi kita ke 0x91. Let's go. You ready? 0x91.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing, sister?
It's nothing. But I'm so sorry if my English is bad because I'm just
Stop.
learning basic.
Let's go. Tidak usah beralasan seperti itu. Lanjut saja.
Wait. Okay.
At first,
At first, as a student, I want a freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I please, and go where I choose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family. The freedom not to be abstracted in a love life. I then slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. And the hunger for my own freedom became a greater hunger for the freedom of my people. I was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their life with it. Oh my god, I'm not getting
to
now.
live their lives.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
To live their life
With dignity.
dignity and self-respect that animates my life. It transformed a
Frightened.
young man into a bold one. The drove allow abiding,
Betul, abiding.
attorney to become a criminal.
That
That turned a family loving husband into a man without a home. I'm no more virtuous of virtuous
Okay.
or self-sacrificing
Sacrificing.
than the next man. Sacrificing
Yes.
than the next man, But I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free.
Okay, you're doing a pretty good job, sister. See? I don't believe you're basic though, actually. You're maybe intermediate or more. So, would you
Thank
like to
you.
discuss the words that I think pronounce incorrectly? Mau didiskus nggak yang kayaknya kurang tepat nih pronunciation-nya gitu?
Boleh?
Boleh. Okay. This one is pleased.
Please.
Ada setnya di akhir.
Pleased.
Pleased. Nah, gitu cakep.
Pleased.
Ini aku nggak sure juga, bentar
Yearn.
guys. Ini yearn.
Yearn.
Oh ya, yearn. Yearned.
Yearned.
Satu suku kata.
Yearned.
Yearned. Ada ed-nya belakang.
Yearned.
Nah, sip. Okay, this is honorable.
Honorable.
H-nya hilang. Honor. Honorable.
Oh. Honorable.
Oke, sip. Terus ini abiding.
Abiding.
Good. This one is virtuous.
Virtuous.
And then
Virtuous.
sacrificing.
Sacrificing.
Nah, kalau mau lebih bagus lagi, G-nya nggak usah diikutin, nggak usah dibawa. Sacrificing. In gitu.
Sacrificing. Okay.
Nah, dan yang ini biar nggak belibet lidahnya, itu nyebutnya could. Could. K-E-D.
Could.
Could gitu.
Could.
Nah,
Oh, yes.
kalau could gitu susah lidahnya ya. Jadi could. Could. Okay, I guess that's it. Or is there any more questions from you? Or is all good?
Thank you so much, love.
Okay, no problem, sister. You're welcome. Next up, we have. Ooh, it's too long. Wait a minute. Sampai sini deh. Let's go. We have. I guess it's a bro. It's bro Randy H. Let's go. How are you doing, bro?
Right, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, starting from organizations until accepted, from the until the red highlight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I start now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Organizations are established to serve human needs. There is no other reason for their existence. Robert Greenleaf wrote a beautiful essay, The Institution as Servant, which applied the whole concept of stewardship to an organization. Service is the rent we pay for living in this world of ours. Will Scarman, the co-founder of the World Business Academy, expressed his conviction about the institution of business itself in these words. Business has become the most powerful institution on the planet. The dominant institution is any society needs to take responsibility for the whole. But business has not had such a tradition. This is a new role, not well understood or accepted.
Oh my God, you read very good, bro. Is
Thank
this what you
you.
do every day, reading?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe you read a lot.
I read
Is
books.
it this kind of book or the different one?
Different books. Actually, I just read fictions.
Oh, fictions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you read very good. I have the
Thank you
corrections
so
for you,
much.
bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, no problem. Okay. So next up we have Kuronima. Let's go, bro. How are you? Let us hear your voice.
Hello.
Oh, hello. It's a sister.
Yeah,
Hello, sis Kuronima. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good. Okay. So you ready?
Okay.
From build until the red one. Oh, the blue one, sorry. Responsibility. Go.
Built on the concept of capitalism and free enterprise from the beginning was the assumption that the action of many units of individual enterprise responding to market force and
Oh, sorry. Forces.
forces and guided by the invisible hand
Oh,
of
guided.
Adam, guided
Yeah.
guided by the invisible hand of Adam Smith, would somehow add up to desirable outcomes. But in the last
Decade.
decade of the 20th century, it has become clear that the invisible hand is faltering. It's dependent on overarching
Overarching.
meanings and values that are no longer present. So business has to adopt a tradition it has never had throughout the entire history of capitalism to share the responsibility of the whole. Every decision that is made, every action that is taken must be viewed in light
Viewed.
by light of that responsibility.
Okay, you're doing a very good job, sister. Paling ini aja tadi S-nya kelewat. Terus ini U-nya nggak dibaca, diganti jadi A, jadi guided.
Guided.
Ini decade.
Decade.
Overarching.
Overarching. Berarti dipisah.
Yap, dipisah. Overarching. And then this one is viewed. Viewed. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Alright, no problem, sister. Next up, kita udah 1 jam lebih, guys. Jadi ini terakhir yang di panggung ya. Masih ada 2 more people. We have... I don't know how to say your name. Is it EduTL? EduTL?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, how are you doing tonight, bro?
Nothing. Just watching TikTok.
Okay, let's go then. Let's just start. From I believe until the red one. Self-evident.
Okay.
Go.
I believe that this millennium will become the age of wisdom. It will come about either through the force of circumstance that humbles people, or through the force of conscience, or perhaps both. Remember the 5 ages of civilizations? Voice the technology for the hunter-gatherer age was symbolized by the bow and arrow, the agricultural age by farm equipment, the industrial age by the factory, the information or knowledge worker age by a human being, the age of wisdom by a compass, which signifies the power to choose our direction and purpose and obey the natural laws or principles, magnetic north, that never change and that are universal, timeless, and self-evident.
Okay, very good, bro. Thank you so much. So I have no corrections, I guess. You pronounced the words accurately. All the way from the beginning until the end. So you did a good job, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, who do we have? I guess this is gonna be the last person. So I'm gonna give you maybe 2 pages. Strawberry Choco.
Okay.
Let's go, sister. From remember until principles.
Principles. Okay.
Boom, let's go.
Sorry, that's agak tertutupi, Kak.
Oh iya, tertutup banget ini mah, bukan agak. Thank you. Let's go.
Okay. Remember that with each infrastructure shift, over 90% of the people were eventually downsized. I believe this is now happening as we move from the industrial to the information or knowledge worker age. People are either losing their jobs or gradually being transformed by the new demands of their new jobs. I personally believe that over 20% of the present workforce is becoming obsolete, and that unless they rededicate and reinvent themselves, within a few years, another 20% will become obsolete. This information age is transforming so rapidly into the knowledge worker age that is going to take continual investment in our own education and training to stay abreast. Much of this will be done by the school of hard knocks, but people who see what is happening, and who are disciplined will systematically continue their education until they acquire the new mindset and the new skill set required to anticipate the accommodate the realities of the new age. Hopefully this will gradually morph into an age of wisdom when information and knowledge are impregnated with purpose and principles.
Oh my god, sis, tell me the truth. Are you a teacher?
No, I'm still a college student now.
Oh my god, you're a college student and you read this well. Oh my god.
Thank you.
I have no words for you. Oh my god, it's almost perfect. Maybe if you may, yes, give you some tips maybe. We are learning together, but I think there is something that you can improve so you can speak much better. Yeah.
Okay.
It is the way you pronounce the V, like I believe, and the F. When you pronounce the V, it should be more, it should be thicker than when you pronounce F.
So it's believe?
Yeah, it's believe, the V.
Oh, believe?
Nah, believe.
Believe?
Jadi
Believe.
V-nya tuh tebal gitu, V. I don't know
V.
how to tell you, but
V.
it's tebal banget. Nah, itu benar, V gitu.
V. Believe?
I believe.
I believe.
Nah, itu sip. Ini
Okay.
juga jadi berlaku ke sini, self-evident. Evident.
Self-evident.
Ya, masih agak kurang tebal V-nya.
Self-evident.
Self-evident.
Evident.
Nah, itu evident. Self-evident.
Okay. Self-evident.
Nah, itu cakep.
Okay.
Ini juga V-nya nih sama,
Eventually.
I think setahu ini event.
Event.
Nah,
Eventually.
yes. Ini apa ya guys ya? Rededicate. Bentar aku.
Rededicate.
Oh ya, rededicate. Biasain mah.
Rededicate. Rededicate.
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, ini juga V-nya nih.
Investment.
Oke, sip. Udah, itu aja.
Okay. Thanks.
Cuma V-nya aja. You did
Okay.
pretty good overall.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I wish to see you next meeting ya. We're going to do the
Okay.
live every night, so I'm gonna be waiting.
Okay. See you soon.
I'm so sorry, I need Jazz. It has been an hour, so I guess this is the last from TikTok. I have to move on to Discord. The last person is on Discord, so I'm so sorry that you cannot join the reading sessions for now to read with us together, but don't worry, we're gonna do the live tomorrow at the same time, 10 p.m. until 11, yeah, more or less. So let's go for the last one from Discord. I'm so sorry ya, ini. Let's go, sis Bells one from Discord. You are the closingan.
Ya, where is wisdom itu ya?
Where is wisdom itu loh.
Where is wisdom? We know that information is not wisdom. We also know that people. We also know that knowledge is not wisdom. Many years ago, when I was teaching at a university and working on my doctorate, I went to see a friend who was also my senior professor. I told him I would like to do a dissertation on a subject of motivation and leaderships, a philosophical, a philosophical, a philosophical document rather than an empirical study.
Bentar. Document
Rather than an empirical study. Empirical study. He basically said to me, Stephen, you don't know enough to even ask the right questions. In other words, my knowledge was at one level, but my knowledge would have to be way beyond its current level if I was to deal with the kinds of questions I would need to deal with. This was very emotional traumatic for me because my heart and mind were really set on taking a philosophical approach rather than the scientific approach that I have eventually ended up taking. I believe that the combination of informal philosophical training I would receive during my undergraduate and graduate studies in business would be sufficient. I didn't realize until years later how right he was. It was a humbling experience. That lesson in humility was the mother of many precious learnings and insights that would come in the years that followed. Eventually, we learned that the more you know you don't know. Look at this way, see figure 15.1. Here is a circle which represents your knowledge. Your ignorance represents your knowledge. Your ignorance is on the outside edge of that circle.
Oke, Masya Allah. Terima kasih Sista sudah membaca dengan baik. Tapi kayaknya agak keburu-buru ya. Kayak dikejar
Katanya mau
deadline.
closingan, jadi buru-buru.
Oke, Sista tolong dong kasih kata-kata nih sebagai orang yang baca terakhir. Apa kayak gitu?
Apa?
Kata-kata penutup hari ini, Sista, ada nggak?
Oh, kata-kata penutup hari ini. Seperti apa tuh?
Oh, nggak ada ya?
Thank you so much, guys, for joining our reading session today.
Oke.
Okay.
Agak mendadak aku yang mintanya, jadi nggak apa-apa. But yeah, bener guys. Thank you for everyone who has joined tonight for the reading sessions. And thank you for all of you who have become the guest to help us read together this book. For those of you who hasn't had the chance to be the guest, it's okay. We can still meet tomorrow because we're gonna do the live every night, like literally every single night at 10 p.m. alias 22.00 WIB ya, waktu Indonesia Barat. And also the live will be held for around 1 hour, more or less. So don't be sad when you didn't have the chance to join today. We can still meet tomorrow. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Datang lagi ya besok ya. Terima kasih semuanya. Yuk.
Wih, keren banget, guys.
Belum aku stop sih, tapi bacanya stop deh ya. Mataku udah perih, guys.
Nggak ditranslate lagi semuanya.
Iya. Kalau translate makin ngebul lah kepalaku. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah. Nanti aku baca sendiri dulu. Udah gitu translate baru lanjut.
Mind mapping.
Kenapa udah nggak sabar minta mind mapnya? Dari
Minta
sini.
kesimpulan, habis itu belajar menyelesaikan studi kasus.
Oh iya ya. Jadi setelah kita selesai
Iya
baca
dong.
buku ini bakal ada pembahasan studi kasus guys. Dari
Iya dong.
hostnya Sis Bella Swan, diingat namanya
Belum ada.
Bella Swan.
No way.
Dia yang bakal jadi host nih berikutnya.
Nggak
Wah,
ngeri guys,
disiplin juga.
ngeri.
Oke lah, see you guys. Mohon maaf ya, kita sudah selesai karena aku harus bangun pagi-pagi besok, jadi nggak boleh begadang. Jadi aku batasi sejam lah kira-kira.
Mau
See you
kemana tuh?
tomorrow ya, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you banget udah join loh.
Mau kemana?